Check out shares of Digital World Acquisition Corp. The SPAC soaring more than 350% after striking a deal to take former President Donald Trump's new media company public. The Trump Media and Technology Group plans to launch a social media app called Truth Social. The former president says he is launching the platform to, quote, stand up to the tyranny of big tech. Donald Trump has been banned by social media giants Twitter and Facebook since early this year after he was accused of inciting the January 6th Capitol riot. Karen, you've been digging into the details. You have a position. You had a position today. What's the status?
Yeah. I know, that sounds shocking. It just, so SPACs are sort of a somewhat misunderstood kind of entity, and the warrants that traded with this SPAC, to me, seemed ridiculously underpriced. I cannot understand why someone would not buy the warrant, which has an $11.50 strike price, now it's trading up to $15, versus the stock, which is now $57, which is about $10 higher than before we started this show. And the combined entity isn't $1.8 billion, which is what the SPAC looks like. That's only the SPAC's portion. The combined entity is now like closer to $10 billion. So that's pretty great valuation out of something that doesn't quite exist yet. So I don't know what happened to make this thing just take off, but it is interesting. I do think that there is an audience for it. So this will be potentially a decent competitor. If I were Fox News, I'd be a little bit concerned. I don't know how he's going to be coming at Twitter, but there's sort of something there. To me, it was just a complete mispricing. I think people don't understand how the warrants work. It's kind of crazy though. 10 billion out of nothing. We'll see what the business actually looks like. Nobody's seen it yet. We don't know. The prospectus isn't out yet, so nobody has any details.
All right, so y'all see that former President 45 has decided to make his own app that's going to be similar to Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all of that stuff, so people can come on and do their thing, which would be good for conservatives, Republicans, whatever have you. And remember, conservatives are, certain people that are conservative, look up the word, because you could be a Democrat independent. You don't have to just be a Republican. But this will be something great for them, so they don't have to worry about it, because you have people like the one white guy named Tim Pool, who has been on Joe Rogan a few times. He's also been a correspondent for CNN, Fox News, but he's also a conservative. So he has the same legitimate arguments they feel, or his claims, that a lot of other Republicans feel they get shut down and not being able to speak, but they let other people get away with certain things, especially if they're liberals, and they could be bullies too. But the thing that we have to realize, what makes this a big type of situation. And a matter of fact, hold on, let me go to something else. I want to show you some facts on the Trump app. So here are some things about the Trump app, and these are fast facts from once again by CNBC, where I got the other video clip just to show y'all guys real quick. So it says Trump Media and Technology Group merging with Digital World Acquisition Corp, run by former Deal or No Deal producer Scott St. John. True Social Network soft launch in November. National launch in the first quarter of 2022. Planning video on demand platform, news service, and podcast. Like, this is going to be something huge for him, which people like me already know that once he got out of the seat, that he was going to make even more money. Crazy as him, allegedly provoking a riot on City Hall. We all know how we feel about that and what we think about it. But at the same time, as a businessman, he's a savvy businessman, means he could be a piece of crap with, the way he does business, but he's going to find an angle to go ahead and attack and make more money off of that. So him becoming the president helps him once he gets out of the seat. So even if he doesn't run or does run, doesn't win, whatever, he's going to make a lot of money off the situation. So he's going to hype it up all the way up to around 2024. He may not even run again. He may not even be eligible to run again once everything is, the dust really clears and settles after this year, him not being, in the seat anymore. But it's a smart thing. Now, as you see what my title says, as far as businessman, black businessman, and what we're talking about. I'm going to give you a perfect example of somebody right now that's doing a thing that if they was really truly thinking and all the things that they said, they would actually do this now. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up somebody everybody loves to hate, if not loves, right now. So check this out. So as you can see right here at the top, I have Kevin Samuels on here, right? Very hot right now in social media, especially black, quote unquote, social media. All right, so let me go ahead and bring some things real quick. And once again, I said this is not to be on no pocket watching or nothing like that. I just want to show you a perfect example of somebody right now. If they are thinking they can really create something and really change the game. He says all the time that we need our own black social media controlled by black men, black businessmen, black entrepreneurs, black men to be back in control and actually do something for the community. So let me show you something. Right here on this corner where you see is highlighted in yellow, this is his Instagram page. He has a check mark. He's verified. Right here you see it says 1 million followers. This is Instagram. Now over here on the right, this is from YouTube. Right here where I highlighted right now that's moving. You see he has 1.22 million subscribers. Now let's go to the top where his picture is. Let me scroll up. As of 2021, Kevin Samuels' net worth is projected to be around $3 million. Now, like I said, not pocket watching, but just giving y'all an example of what I mean from the title. Right now, Kevin Samuels is projected to have $3 million, 1 million followers on Instagram, and then 1.22 million followers on YouTube. This is the perfect time for him to go ahead and start his own thing. Not saying he's not, but this would be the perfect time because you want to go ahead and make sure your momentum, while it's up, start to create. We keep talking about black people doing stuff. This is the perfect time, especially for black men, for him to start something that he can go ahead and actually control and navigate and don't have to so much worry about what people say. If I'm not mistaken, he's on Patreon now. So you giving all this business and money to these other platforms. You got to think either they're going to make more money than you or just as much as money as you. And you're splitting the pie with somebody else that you don't even know. He doesn't know Mark Zuckerberg or whoever owns Patreon. This would be the perfect time now. Now, I'm not trying to, scold or belittle, you know what I'm saying? Because he doing his thing right now. But what I'm saying is this is the perfect time, or somebody like this in this example as a black man, to like actually do their thing and to be able to actually provide his own platform. And this is what we got to stop doing as black men, is making this mistake to actually think that the best thing to do is become a high paid employee. That's all he would be doing now. Like Ice Cube, he got his Big 3 league. Like, this is the perfect time right now, since you dominate in the social media world. Actually make your own platform. So all I want to do is give black men an example of a person that's doing something great, making good money. This would be the time to do your thing. Like, not saying he may not be doing it behind the scenes, but I'm just giving you an example of what somebody's doing that they could be doing their thing great. Everybody wants Kevin Samuels to be on their show. But at the same time, when he's doing that, he could be behind the scenes trying to get, black people on. Like, hey, I got my own streaming service. You can do podcasts. You can do videos just like YouTube. We can stream. We can have our own black media news. Like, you see Mark Lamont Hill right now. He's working with some company on YouTube, the Black News Network or something like that. I don't know who owns that. I'm going to probably check into that and do a video on that. But he could have hired him to do his own show. I mean, I don't care for Mark Lamont Hill, but it would be better that we doing it on our own. Whether people agree or disagree, it's something black, and we have people that's making strides and doing their own thing. They can be invested within the company. Charlamagne the God is doing the same thing, but he's doing it with iHeartMedia. 50-50 partnership. So guess what? If they have somebody on there and, iHeart doesn't really want to go along with what Charlamagne is saying about the idea, you don't think if they nudge him, like, hey, maybe that wouldn't be a good idea. You think he's not going to listen and not going to take that person off his platform or not allow whatever contents that's made with that person? He's going to do it. But this would be a perfect opportunity for somebody like Kevin Samuels to do their thing. So I just want y'all as black men, black people in general, but black men especially as leaders, are working on being it. Whether we try to or not, they consider us it. So this is something for y'all to consider. And hopefully y'all think about it. All right, this your boy JTL, opposite from the norm. You know I'm gonna be back with some more real stuff. Chill.